So we're going to do some more work on our app today. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you. What we're going to do is some graphics stuff. So this is our emulator right now. This is the way our app looks. And we have these generic icons for our 4 tabs at the bottom, which we're going to be replacing with some custom icons that we have for this app. And then I think we're also going to go ahead and do the launch screen, which let me see if I could show you what that looks like. Right, so this is the launch screen right before the app loads. There. So that's what we're going to do today. Let's go ahead and get started with the icons. So the very first thing that I have is, I got the icons already. They're somewhere in this collection of stuff. Here we go. So these are them. First thing I'm going to do is rename these according to what they should be named. So this one's going to be menu inactive. And this one here is going to be menu active. Menu active. No. Menu active. This one right here is going to be home inactive. This one here is going to be home active. This one's gonna be favorites inactive. Favorites active. And then this one's gonna be, what is it called? Browse. Browse. Browse inactive. And finally, browse active. Great, so let's set that off on the left, and then on the right, we're going to have Xcode. So we're going to go to Assets here, and we're going to say we want to add a new image set. And so we're going to pull each of these over. So we got menu inactive here. Menu inactive. Now we're going to add a new image set for menu active. Menu active. Yeah. New image set. Pull you up here. This one's going to be home inactive. Pull that over. They're cute, right? New image set. Home. Home active. Yeah. Now, favorites. It's inactive. Gonna grab. Nope, inactive. Whoa. There we go. New image set. Favorites active. What is image here? This should be favorites inactive. And this is favorites active, and that's going to be this one. Almost done with these. New image set. Browse inactive. Browse inactive. And finally, browse active. Great, so now in the main.storyboard, we're going to start using our assets. The way we're going to do that is we're going to go to our tab bar here. And for each item, we're going to have the opportunity to change it. So this is going to be home active. And the image is going to be home inactive. So the image is home inactive and the selected image is home active. Same thing over here. This is going to be browse active and browse inactive. Let's check the assets again and make sure that these are there. Yeah, it looks like it. They're just not showing up in the preview for whatever reason. Okay, so this has to be favorites active, favorites inactive, and finally this one, menu active. Oh, they showed up. Menu inactive. Great, so let's go ahead and run that. While that's coming up, I'm going to come over here and do cool. So we have our stuff that we added. Git add. I want to go ahead and add also the main.storyboard changes that I just changed to reference all these new images. And that's going to be our change set when we commit. I'm not going to add breakpoint stuff, XE shared data. All right, so, oh, they're really teeny. I might have to actually crop these. Can I change the selected color? Change selected tab item color iOS. I would like it if I could just do it in the storyboard. Oh, that makes total sense. I bet you can just do it. Actually, I don't see a selection. Maybe I could do that. I don't think that's how you do it. Let's look. If you want an unselected color, you can add unselected item tint color. Oh, you have to do it in the identity inspector, tint color, whatever. Okay, we can do that. Let's make sure it works on one before we do it on all of them. Here, tint color. This is going to be a color. We're going to have it be that color. And this is for menu. All right, so let's see if that worked. It doesn't appear to have. It's still blue. All right, I'm going to come back to that and mess with that a little bit later. The other thing I want to go ahead and do is get the launch screen onto the storyboard. So this is our launch screen. What we need to do is we need to add that background. We need to add that lion. And we need to add the text. So it's got the background and the lion. So I already have those assets. We're going to add those to assets too. Here, new image set, and this one's going to be launch screen background, and then we are going to use this. But I'm going to have to futz with my stuff here a little bit to make it show up. There we go. Indigo. 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 And where that is launch screen back. Now we need to add our full body lion. That we're going to get also from here. Yeah. And then in our launch screen, we're going to add a UI image view. Stick it on. And we are going to have that all the way around 0, 0, 0, 0. Add 4 constraints. Ta-da. Image will be launch screen background. And instead of being aspect fit, I'm going to make it aspect fill, so it fills the whole thing. Great. Now I'm going to add another UI image view. Clicking on this, UI image view. Drag add on there. What I want to do with this is, let's see. Okay, so I want to center it vertically, and then I want it to appear slightly to the left. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm gonna first I'm gonna say vertically in container, add 1 constraint. And then for the width and height, how do I want to do this? Because we want it to be off to the left a little. And it actually is kind of smaller than I have it, I think. So width is what's most important to me. I'm thinking about how we want this to look in portrait and landscape, but actually let me check our settings for now, because I think we want to just lock this to portrait. Yeah. Check lock to portrait Xcode. I know that you are able to do it in the UI, and that anything that tells me I can't is a lie. But that's also another thing I can potentially come back to. Key, resource tags, build settings, architecture, build locations, build options. Enable testability, deployment. See if it says the word portrait anywhere. Oh. Build rules? No. General? Oh, here we go. Portrait, upside down, landscape left, landscape right. Out of curiosity, what happens right now? Yeah, this isn't built to be in landscape right now. It doesn't look the worst. We're going to lock it to portrait, though. No landscape left, no landscape right. All right, so now we're going back to our main, our launch screen. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this amount to be whatever it is right now. This amount to be whatever it is right now. Then I'm going to have it be aspect fit and have the image be the lion. Why is it so teeny? Well, let's, in that case, this is fine. Let's see if we can't make it bigger. That's too big. This is approximately how big I think it's supposed to be. Do, 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 do. There we go. And then it should tell me there's a constraint issue. It needs constraints for exposition. I wonder if I can just say I want this horizontal spacing and then that's it. Let's come back to that. Let's make a label. Label. I'm going to put the cursor in my thing here. Do Command Shift L UI label. Drag that on screen. Give it a color of white. Give it a size of like 36. Give it a font of whatever it is we use in the other places. What do we use in the other places? Like, what is... that. It uses Hefler text. That's what we're going to use. Hefler text. Hefler system. That's fine. Okay. Where do I... Custom. Heffler. There we go. And once again, we're going to make this 36. And it's going to say the Scottish Gaelic Tattoo Handbook. The Scottish Gaelic. It can be multiple lines. The Scottish. Wow. Gaelic Tattoo Handbook. What we're going to do, make a color. There we go. Now we can make it less tall. The overlay isn't great. There must be some transparency on that line in this. Run it again, see if we can get the launch screen to show again. It's bigger for sure. And it's right aligned, which I'm not sure I love. And the spacing is a little different. Alright, so if I grab it now, make this a little taller. There. Let's look at it again. You know what we're going to do? We're going to screenshot that so that we can look at it. Whatever. We got that up. Okay. Alright, so this I think is close size-wise. This needs to be a little bigger, and it needs an alpha. Channel reduction here. Yeah, like maybe about like that. So the thing about this is we're also going to center this vertically in the container. And we are gonna set its height. I'll worry about the width later. Alright, so now, let's see how that currently looks if we run our app. Goes too fast. Let's see. See launch screen on iOS. do I have to set use as launch screen? I don't actually think I do. Document. Use as launch screen is checked. And then attributes. I don't see is initial view controller. Anywhere. I wonder what happens if I were to come out, go to the home screen, delete the app, and reinstall it. Alright, well that looked bad. Did you see that? So first of all, there's some kind of an issue with our image and it's not showing up. This needs constraints for the exposition, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to, what is happening? Control drag this, horizontal spacing, that one should be gone. Leading constraint is missing. I'm also going to give it an artificial width for now. And the way I'm going to do that is by also giving it a left amount that it is from the left side of the screen. Horizontal spacing, there we go. Yeah, and then this, what are my constraints right now? So this is wrong. Because it seems to be connecting the leading edge of this to the trailing edge of the line. That's not what I want. Safe area dot bottom, launch screen dot bottom. Safe area dot trailing, launch screen dot trailing. Safe area background dot top, blah, blah, blah. And then the bottom, trailing, top, where's leading? We're going to get rid of that constraint. We'll fix that later. Launch screen background dot leading equals safe area dot leading. That looks good. Center Y. Good. Center Y of the label is center Y of the background. Good. And then this crap. Okay. So this is actually what we're going to do this time. Is we're going to connect this leading edge and this trailing edge. And we're going to set it to aspect fit. It already is on aspect fit. Yeah, and then the problem is, oh, that needs a constraint for X position, so that's going to be center vertically in container. Add that. And then what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to have it be 20 away from the trailing edge and 60 away from the leading edge. Keep things symmetric till we know what we want it to look like. And the other thing I'm going to do with this is I'm going to set its height. Let's say 370. All right, let's see how that looks. So first we're going to come in here, get rid of it, delete it. I'm going to run it. Be prepared to take a screenshot, and it looks awful. All right, so let's see here. How do we want to do this? So this is coming up really small. We want this to specifically be 3 lines, like it appears here. Let's take a look at our constraints again. Let's try something. I'm going to get rid of all this lion. Safe area top, trailing, bottom. Get rid of anything having to do with these two views. I just want the launch screen background stuff left. Goodbye. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna, whoa. If this is always going to be the same font size anyway, we can lock its width and height. Width, let's say 300, height, let's say 200. Add them. So that's what it looks like now. And this one, we can say width is 300, height is, let's say 400. Now let's center that vertically, center that vertically. Then move this a little bit this way. Set the right side to be 30 away from the edge, and on this one set the left side to be 30 away from the edge. Let's make that one 20 because there's a little bit of an inset on that image. So let's do actually here. Go here, go to constraints, edit that to 20. All right, let's see how it looks. Oh wait, we have to get rid of it on the app. Delete it. And then let's also do preview with like something smaller, like an iPhone 4S. How do we think it looks? I don't think it looks that bad. This is like the teeniest screens you're gonna get. Teeny. All right, let's run her. Boom. All right, this is what we're dealing with. I think we can even move the lion a little further left. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. Where is my lion? 10. Whoa, 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 whoa. This does not want to be smaller. There we go. All right, now let's see what the problem is. Conflicting constraints. That's the one we're reading. The leading constraint is missing. It doesn't matter because we have a hard-coded width. All right, let's see how it looks. Oh, we're going to have to... Ah! I thought it looks pretty nice. I think we still need... Like, maybe this lion doesn't even need safety. Doesn't need distance from the safe area. Boom. Interesting. I mean, I think it's pretty close. I think it's very stylish looking. Let's see how it looks on our teeny. How does it look on the teeny? Looks okay on the teeny. Alright, so I think what we're going to do here is first I'm going to commit that amount that we already did. Git commit -m. What have we changed? Add assets for tab bar. Git status. And then we add what's already been added that we just changed. Except not that file. So we're just going to add these three. 1, 2, actually not even that, git status, git commit -m, add launch screen, git status, git add, blah, git status, git commit, lock the app to portrait. So those are the three things that we've done. We added our icons, we added our launch screen, and we locked the app to portrait. We do need to go back in and figure out how to make those icons bigger, which I think is going to be a matter of cropping the assets. And so that wouldn't be that much fun for you to watch me do live. But I might crop these assets a little and then go in and like re-add them in. And then what else did we need to look up? We handled locking the portrait. We need to figure out how to get the tint color to be right. So we'll do those things in the next stream, which we'll do tomorrow. Have a good night, everybody.